Manchester United were humiliated by their city rivals Manchester City in the derby, losing 4-1 and losing further ground on top 4. They now sit 1 point behind Arsenal, who have 3 games in hand. Chelsea turned screws in the second half versus Burnley with a masterful display, resulting in a 4-0 thumping of Burnley at Turf Moor. Liverpool narrowly beat West Ham United, Sadio Mane with the only goal to keep pace with Manchester City. And Arsenal's resurgence continued. They beat Watford 3-2 to go into the top 4 with 3 games in hand. Barcelona continued their unbeaten run, 11 games now unbeaten, coming from behind to beat Elche 2-1. Real Madrid beat Real Sociedad 4-1, also having to come back from a goal down to secure top spot in La Liga. AC Milan went on top of Serie A, and Tammy Abraham netted his 20th goal in Serie A. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. As usual, I am your host, sellssi, and today we're going to talk about the performances of Ghanaian players abroad. That was a summary of action across Europe's top 5 leagues, and it was interesting. Ayew Kofi Kyereh continued his amazing goal scoring form. He netted a brace in St. Pauli's win over the weekend, a 3-1 victory. Ayew scored in his side's 4-0 win that sent them to the semi-finals of the EMIR Cup. And Partey, once again instrumental for Arsenal in their resurgence this season. They have been able to overcome all the adversities this season. They now sit 4th with 3 games in hand. Who would have thought this about the Gunners this season? They have a great chance to finish in top 4. It's all in their hands. Today, going to focus on performance of Ghanaian players abroad, as I usually do. But before I begin, a shout out to Edu Chumwa Mavis. You've been asking for it. This is your shout out. Thank you for watching my videos. You're a frequent commenter, and I'd like to appreciate you for that. Let's get right into it, and I'll start off from English Premier League as I usually do. And Leicester City has kicked off on Saturday afternoon, lunchtime kickoff. They played Leeds United. It was a 1-0 victory for Leicester City. Daniel Amate was in action. He played the full 90 minutes, keeping a clean sheet. Aston Villa beat Southampton 4-0. Southampton without Ghanaian player Mohamed Salisu. He suffered an injury that ruled him out of the encounter. Wolverhampton Wanderers played Crystal Palace. A win for Crystal Palace. Jeffrey Schlupp was in action as his side beat Wolves 2-0. Jordan Ayew was an unused substitute. Schlupp playing 90 minutes. Cardiff took on QPR. A win for Cardiff over QPR. Albert Adoma coming on in the 81st minute. He played 9 minutes of the encounter. Reading took on Millwall. A 1-0 victory for Millwall, and Andy Adam played 90 minutes. Barbara Man still out injured for Reading. Andy Adam and his teammates battling relegation. They just sit outside the relegation zone. Bradford took on Swindon Town when Jojo Wollacott was in action for his Swindon Town side as they got all 3 points. It was a great game for him once again, playing the full 90 minutes. Watford took on Arsenal, and Thomas Partey played 90 minutes in a masterful display for the Gunners once again. 3 games in hand for the Gunners now. As I said, they have a great chance to return to the Champions League, and Partey has been instrumental to that form they have garnered of late. It was a 3-2 victory for the Gunners. Bristol City took on Birmingham, and Antoine Semenyo's side lost 2-1. He played 90 minutes of the encounter. In Spain, Celta Vigo, they took on Mallorca. Joseph Edu versus Idrisu Baba. Edu scored an own goal, unfortunately, but it did not cost them but points as they were able to win 4-3. Celta Vigo beating Mallorca. Idrisu Baba played 67 minutes of the encounter. In Germany, Hertha Berlin took on Frankfurt. Kevin Prince Boateng came on in the 56th minute of the encounter, his Hertha Berlin side being thrashed 4-1 by Frankfurt. Bochum took on Grethaford. The 2-1 victory for Bochum. Christopher Ntreje played 74 minutes of the encounter. St. Pauli, they took on Car Roja. it was a 3-1 victory for St. Pauli. Ayew Kofi Kyereh scoring in the 14th and 25th minute. He played 88 minutes of the encounter. That takes his tally for the season now to 9 goals. Kofi Kyereh is really doing amazingly well, hitting the right notes ahead of Ghana's all-important World Cup playoff game versus Nigeria. Cone took on Hoffenheim, a 1-0 victory for Hoffenheim. Kasim Adams came on in added time after 90 minutes in this victory. Fortuna Düsseldorf took on Ingolstadt. Hans Nunusape played 62 minutes for Ingolstadt. They lost 3-0 however. Genoa shared the spoils with Empoli. It ended 0-0. A Cuban was not in the squad for this one. Fiorentina took on Hellas Verona, and Alfred Duncan came on in the second half of this encounter. Both teams shared the spoils. 1-1 it ended. Juventus beat Spezia, a narrow 1-0 win for the Juventus. Emmanuel Jesse played 90 minutes, a below par performance for the Ghanaian in this one for Spezia. AS Roma narrowly won 1-0 versus Atalanta. A red card for both teams as Tammy Abraham netted his 20th goal in his first season in the Italian Serie A. Afenajan, who had returned to the first team action, came on in the 84th minute, replacing the match winner Tammy Abraham. France next, and Bordeaux took on Troyes. A 0-2 victory for Troyes. Gideon Mensah played 46 minutes as he was replaced after halftime, his side losing 2-0. Nantes took on Montpellier. It was a 2-0 victory for Nantes. Osman Boukari coming on in the 62nd minute in this victory. Stade Rennes took on Angers. Kamaldeen Sulemana still out injured, could not play this one here. His side, however, won 2-0. Stade Rennes took on Strasbourg. Majid Waris was an unused substitute for Strasbourg. Alexander Juku solid once again as both teams shared the spoils here. 1-1 it ended. He played a full 90 minutes. Lille, they took on Clermont-Foot. Salis Abdul Samed was red carded for a second yellow card offense. 68 minutes he played. Alidou Seydou played 82 minutes for Clermont-Foot. They were thrashed 4-0 by Lille. And in Marseille, they took on Monaco. Eric Ahia was not in the squad. Monaco won 1-0 versus Marseille. In the United States, Charlotte FC, where Harrison Affle plays, played LA Galaxy. They lost 1-0. Charlotte FC player Harrison Affle was an unused substitute. San Jose Earthquakes and Columbus Crew played out an entertaining 3-3 draw. Jonathan Mensah, 90 minutes of action he saw. Yao Yeboah played 89 minutes of the encounter. In Belgium, Anderlecht, they took on KV Ostende. Majida Shimeru played 85 minutes as his side won 3-0. Francis Amuzu played 18 minutes. Came on in the 72nd minute to provide assist for the third and final goal of this game. Cas Eupen took on Hervely Leuven. And Abdulmanaf Nuruddin was imposed for Cas Eupen. He played 90 minutes of the encounter in this 3-1 victory for his side. 3 saves, 2 inside the box. Cercle Bruges took on Genk. It was a 2-2 draw. A Genk player, Joseph Paintsel, played 46 minutes of the encounter. And in Turkey, Yeni Malatyaspor took on Adana Demirspor. Benjamin Tete came on in the 69th minute to provide an assist for the only goal of the game, his side winning 1-0. Godfred Donsa was not in the squad. In Switzerland, St. Gallen, they took on SC Sion. It was a 1-1 draw, both teams sharing the spoils. Atisigi played 90 minutes for St. Gallen. And in Saudi Arabia, Araid took on Al Fahir. Samuel Owusu played 61 minutes, a 1-1 draw, both teams sharing the spoils. And Al Saad in the EMIR Cup made it to the semi-final after they beat Al Ali Doha 4-0. Andre Ayew scored the second goal, which was a header. Enjoying life in the Qatar Stars League, you can see now Andre Ayew increasing his goal tally once again. Unfortunately, he will not be in action for Ghana versus Nigeria. He'll be a great miss for the Black Stars. His goals in recent times have been pivotal for his club side. Would have been great to have him for the Black Stars. But unfortunately, he cannot make it for the first leg at least. So that has been it for today. Ghanaian players abroad have impressed. Kofi Kyereh hitting the right notes, Andre Ayew finding the back of the net, Thomas Partey turning out the screws for the Gunners. It was a great weekend for most of the players. Who was your standout performer? I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day. Enjoy the rest of the week.